I'm going to shift the conversation over here to something that we call, Did You Know? Just in a little bit of the background origins behind this. We had a huge opportunity, Fortune 50 company. The teams have been working, but the CIO is like, didn't know anything about Extreme. And he's like, I want to talk to the CEO and find out about it. So I get on the phone, and he says, do you guys do, are you enterprise grade? And I'm like, oh my God. Are you kidding me? What do you think? This is all we do. So quickly, I realized, okay, did you know? And this guy loved baseball. And I said, hey, ever been to a Major League Baseball game? Yeah, well, guess what? Major League Baseball, exclusive, Extreme. And we have all their ballparks. We're in every single ballpark in the stadium. And did you know that? He goes, no, I didn't know that. I said, ever flown on an airplane? Well, obviously. U.S. airspace runs on Extreme. Every single airport in the United States has an Extreme switch. FAA STARS program runs on Extreme. Good. Ever got a FedEx package? Yeah. Okay, well, guess what? FedEx distribution all runs on Extreme. So every time you get a FedEx package, it's coming through an Extreme network. Ever trade on the New York Stock Exchange? Yeah, I have. Well, guess what? Florida Stock Exchange runs on Extreme. So what you realize, he had no idea. He goes, Ed, I had no idea. Burj Khalifa, tallest building. Ever been to Paris? My wife loves Paris. Yeah. All the airports in Paris, they run on Extreme. All the tourist sites run on Extreme. If you get in trouble, drink too much wine, end up in court. Court system runs on Extreme. If you've had a bad ruling and you go to jail, you're still on Extreme. See, the other thing that happens is people here don't I'm here, I'm technology at a university. I come here, I want to learn more about the technology. By the way, thank all of you for making the effort to be here early. When I arrived on Saturday morning, people are here, people are committed to doing all the training, et cetera, et cetera. But people tend to be very focused on what's my objective, why am I going? But what people forget is the fact that aside from education customers that we have here, our technology applies across the spectrum, across many geos and across many verticals. And that's what gets us so excited here. We talk about the fact that what you're doing, your digital transformation, and all your different initiatives and all the industries are changing the human experience and effectively changing lives. Nabil, I loved how you stepped it up. We're changing humanity, which is good. I mean, in our own way, we are. But the fact of the matter is, did you know, it's kind of surprising when you find out, some of the people who have actually, been with us this week and the ways in which they're leveraging extreme technology to change the human experience. Bob Hartland, apparently he went to BYU yesterday and became a BYU guy, but I guess he's back. No one's going to get that joke, but he was called for BYU. But anyway, Bob, I know I can't see you, but I know you're here somewhere. But Bob's been a customer for a long time, and Baylor is a big sports school, and so we outfitted their stadium. They wanted NFL grade experience. We supported them with that. B-Mall, Brazilian retailer. For them, it's about warehouse automation. Warehouse automation is a key strategic differentiator for them. It's making a big deal in their competitive advantage and how they're winning. So B-Mall is an example. Not only that, but what we're going to find out is people are actually trying to do good for society. So they're also they're remote in the Amazon regions of Brazil, and they're providing public Wi-Fi at their stores. So people in the community are coming in. Pretty cool. We talk about what's happening with our physical infrastructure and the public roads, highways, infrastructure. Brisa is doing this in Portugal. Smart roads. Smart roads, Kevin Rhodes. Kevin Rhodes, our CFO, at dinner last night, talking with us. He believes that trucks are not going to have drivers very soon. So you have to have intelligent roads to sort of coordinate. But Brisa's got information, touchless, kind of digital, state-of-the-art infrastructure. We look at manufacturing. Gluckner is here from Germany, a German manufacturer, metal parts, components. They're using our NAC solution for security, which is really important for them. But this is all about process automation in the manufacturing floor. They're leveraging Extreme. Samsung, all your digital displays that you've got from Samsung, that has run from an Extreme network from their manufacturing facilities all over the world. Samsung's global headquarters runs on Extreme. So people are solving in manufacturing, leveraging in Extreme. School District Philadelphia, another example. Again, many schools, many universities leveraging our network. It's the student experience, faculty experience. When you get down to administration, athletics, the whole community is involved. And again, another application of our technology. And finally, there was a did you know? Charlotte Airport. David Roberts, I don't know if you're here, and I know you were leading one of our sessions, but I got on the elevator, and I looked and I see David, and I looked down, and he says, it's Charlotte Airport. I'm like, oh shit, we have Charlotte Airport? I didn't even know that. How do I not know that? David, sorry about that. But I knew we had Logan, I know we have like Las Vegas, I know we have airports in Paris, et cetera, but the whole point is it's good for people to know. I think from a branding perspective, as we think about brand, and we think about sort of elevating, and in your environments, never assume that people know, because the reality is people don't know. And it's a challenge that we have that we're always fighting. As a company of our size, we want to elevate our brand, and people get confidence in Extreme, in brand, in your technology decision when they understand Extreme and where we come from, and the kinds of customers that we're working with, and the kind of experience that we're delivering. Underlying everything you're doing, again, what gets us excited, it's all about the network. The network is connecting everything to make that work. So, have you guys ever heard about this? How deep should I go or not go? I mean, the fact of the matter is, and I'll give Nabil credit, because when we talked about the enterprise becoming more distributed, this is happening around COVID. I think it even started before COVID, Nabil, but we sort of coined the phrase, the infinite enterprise. Getting more distributed, connecting people, devices, applications, getting more complicated because they're all spread out, proliferation of these things. So networking moving to the cloud, security, data moving to cloud, workloads, processes, more complicated, hybrid cloud environments. How do you support that? Security is going to the cloud, right? We've been talking about that. And then we just had the panel, very interesting panel on AI and the opportunities. The old purpose-built AI, AI ops, improvements, operating improvements, but now generative AI opening up new doors. And this is transformative. The change is happening very quickly. In the 9 years since I've been here at Extreme, I can tell you there's never been a time where the pace of change has been faster. Also, there's changes in the industry. We look at the competitive landscape. Obviously, we have competitors. This is a great time for us, and we're excited about it. The largest guy, well, Cisco closes Splunk. What's their strategy? They're going to raise price on all those customers to try to figure out how to pay for what they bought. At the end of the day, this is going to create more disruption. Less than half of their business is in networking today, and they keep trying to move away. And their position in the Gartner Magic Quadrant keeps moving down and to the left. We passed them a couple years ago. We keep moving up to the right. The number 2, number 3 player are coming together. Juniper, a hell of a job. They picked the top of the market. HP paying a huge amount of money for this. Net, a lot of confusion. Not just financially, and the fact that they overpaid and they bought a financial projection that's going to come way down. A lot of synergies. 4,000 will turn into 6,000. A lot of disruption. But what about the product roadmap, technology roadmap? How do you know if you're considering buying a certain technology, will it even be here? How's it going to work? How's it going to integrate? The fact of the matter is, they don't know. I can tell you this because we have a lot of experience. We grew up doing acquisitions. It's complicated. I can tell you, we have customers in this room. We're still trying to figure some of these things out from 4 years ago. It's really complicated. So this creates an opportunity. The point of this is that we are solely focused on networking, secure networking, as we've been talking about, with the most modern networking tools. So we're in a very good position today to execute, stronger today, I would say, than ever before. We've talked about where we're investing. The point I want to make here has been made, is that it's the last word in the header, which is together. Our view of this is that we're not doing it a silo, we're not doing it alone, we want to do it with you, we want to do it with our customers, we want to do it with our partners, and we want to figure this out. Nabil, that was a great session. I think people benefited heavily from having partners like Microsoft and Intel and us figuring out how are we putting together, how are we gathering data, how are we building use cases, and the whole idea that we're opening up a lab and that we have an AI expert that we're going to start to, you've seen Marcus's demo, but the potential for that. I'll hold and not go much deeper there, but having a conversation with a customer in healthcare saying, Biomed is buying all these devices and they're throwing them on the network, and then they're saying the network doesn't work, and then we have to prove it, and we need reports. With the whole idea you could ask for a report for a client that could just be present and not spend a week trying to troubleshoot to prove to the team that it's not the network. Things like this from an operations perspective. But the point I'd like to make here is that we think about this as an ecosystem. We want to do this together. The other point I'll make is that we are investing heavily in this area. So in terms of the network of the future with the most modern AI tools, we are all over these use cases that will value you. Okay, so going a little bit deeper, store of the future. We have a lot of retail customers. We're very proud of the work that we're doing in retail. I'm looking over. Hey, Kim. We got AccuCode as a partner. The comment here is that we work with end user customers and partners that are a valuable part of that equation. But when you think about what's going on, you think about the technology. Elijah said if you go into a Kroger and you look up this stroll, you'll be amazed at all the technology that's there. I don't know if anyone got ice cream from the fridge. Bob Zemke, were you letting people have ice cream? They can eat it? It's from Kroger. There you go. Hey, there we go. Thank you. But, I mean, what I didn't know about Kroger is that their whole mission is about freshness. So it's about being fresh, why they want to give the highest quality products to their customers. And they really do not want to be in a situation where, for example, the temperature, the refrigerator goes down, maybe it comes back later, but it's spoiled, and somehow a customer gets sick because they eat bad food. There's a customer experience, higher quality customer experience, by having a sensor that tells you what's happening in real time, not only at the store, maybe the store in Dallas or Fort Worth, but they can see it in Cincinnati because Kroger's got the largest cloud-managed network in the world that runs on Extreme. So they have that visibility providing value. Anybody here know what ethylene is? Kroger, don't answer. If there's a hand up, I don't see a hand. Okay, nobody knows what ethylene is. Well, same with me. I didn't know what oh, you do? Oh, what is it? Did you Google it? All right, applause. Applause. All right, so for people who did not hear that, basically, your fruits and vegetables, they emit ethylene as they're ripening. And so Kroger has figured out that they can have a sensor and determine the level of ethylene to determine when it's time to remove food from the shelf, which is pretty amazing. These exist. This technology exists in Kroger stores. But this is a way they're leveraging technology. We've got electronic shelf labeling. These are things that are creating a better customer experience, driving operating efficiencies. The other thing that I would say is zero hunger, zero waste. And again, I'm going to keep shouting out to Kroger because the whole idea of taking this food, it's still perfectly good food, perfectly edible, but it can be used to feed people who are hungry. And last year, Kroger gave over 1 billion meals from this program. It's awesome. Hospital of the future. We think about proliferation of devices in an environment. I think healthcare organizations and hospitals are like the petri dish of all of this. We have so many healthcare customers. When I go around, we have the largest hospital in Europe with Charité and Berlin. We have over 35% of the hospitals in the UK with the NHS trusts. We have Henry Ford Medical Center here, Novant, big customer. Personally, I want to shout out to UPenn, Penn Medicine, and also to CNI. I saw Tom Kirk yesterday and Jim Decker, former employee, but shout out to our partners at CNI, working with us with Penn Medicine. So in downtown Philadelphia, they just built a 1.5 million square foot facility. Amazing. Brand spanking new, modern, 47 operating rooms, including robotic rooms. Over 500 outpatient rooms. In addition, they have an innovative research facility that's tied into the rest of the world, in which it's a known kind of research and innovative learning environment, all in this one facility. But you think about what's going on in the hospitals. Nabil also talked about always on. Like you've got to be always on inside of a hospital. In this case, our fabric technology that we showcase is incredibly important because you create a network within a network. So at UPenn, they have the opportunity for those 47 ORs, each one can have its own network within the same physical networking structure because of the fabric. What does that do? It minimizes the blast radius. All of your networks are under attack. When there is a breach, what's the blast radius? Where can they go? They're going to get in, they're going to move east-west. Where are you vulnerable? When they come in through the HVAC system. Or like a vending machine where we heard one attack spread. This is the power of the fabric because you can segment networks and create networks within a network. It's also super resilient, and then it's also very easy to manage. But this is a great case where healthcare is leveraging extreme technology, and shout out to UPenn and CNI, our partner. Travel, we talked about airports. Now I want to specifically call out Korean Airlines. This is a company that is on a mission. Their CEO at the beginning of this year said it's time for change, and it's time for innovation, and we're investing. And what does that mean? It means you've got to upgrade your network. I had the privilege of being over there, meeting Kenny Chang, the new CIO, very progressive CIO in that country. And they made the decision in March to go with Extreme. After 30 years with the big company, they were very frustrated by the complexity, by the cost, and by the lack of what they perceived to be a path to a modern network for 250 locations around the world. So I'm pleased to say that that they chose Extreme. Thank you, Kimberly. Most of us flew here. Think about your experience at the airport. When I flew home from Korea, I landed in Atlanta. I walked the airport, go through security, no passport, no form. I looked at a camera. The security person said, "You're good to go, Mr. Meyercord." That was it. That's a much better experience for me. The consumer experience inside. We have all the touchless now. There's more and more and more touchless. We're all becoming like barcode scanning experts. But the fact of the matter is the experience, the human experience is changing, with airlines and airports, et cetera. This is just another place where our network is the connective tissue and it's changing the human experience.